Hello everyone, my name is Sergio and I'll be doing your walkthrough. The first thing we're going to go over is your power hookup. When you get to the campsite, if you have a 30 amp connection, you're going to open this compartment, you're going to disconnect the cord from the generator and plug it into the campsite's connection. Remember, it's a 30 amp RV, so make sure you have a 30 amp connection. If you end up with a 50 amp, you can still use it, but you will need an adapter. Once you're done and you're ready to leave, you're gonna take the cord and plug it back into the generator. To the left of the power compartment, you have sewage and water. If you have city water at the campsite, you're gonna take your water hose and you're gonna hook it up to this inlet right here. That'll get you running water the whole time you're there. If you don't have city water, then you'll be running on the water off of the tank. You are responsible for dumping the black in the gray tank before returning it to us. If you want us to take care of it, we can do that, but it is a $45 fee. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your sewage hose, you're gonna lock it into place at the outlet here. You're gonna take the other end, stick it in the hole in the ground. Once you're all set up, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the black valve first, let everything drain out. Once that's done, you're gonna pull the gray one second. That'll flush out the black water. Once it's empty, you're gonna disconnect the hose, rinse the hose inside and out before putting it back into the compartment. The RV uses regular gas, 87 only, please. Do not put diesel or ethanol fuel in the RV. You're also responsible for filling up the propane tank back to the same level that it started up at. You should get your propane tank at least at 2/3, or it should be full when you pick up the RV. Just check the level on the inside control panel and make sure it's at the same level when you drop it off. Go to any gas station that fills propane, they'll do it for you. If you don't want to do it, we can also take care of this, but we do charge $1 more per gallon in the gas station. On the passenger side of the RV, you have your freshwater fill. If you need to refill your fresh water, you're going to take the water hose and stick it into this inlet right here. Let it run till you see it come out from here. You'll know it's 100% full. This is the water heater vent. Make sure you stay clear of that. Do not touch it if it's running. It'll get really hot. And if you're running the furnace, make sure you also stay clear of this. When you first come into the RV, the first thing you're going to do is turn on your battery disconnect switch. It's located to the left of the entry steps. This controls your 12-volt battery in the RV. You're going to leave it on for the rest of the trip. If at any point you lose power, first thing you want to check is that someone didn't accidentally turn this off. To the right of it is the awning extend and retract switch. To extend the awning, just going to hold extend. Make sure the keys are out of the ignition. And to retract the awning, all you need to do is hit retract. Remember, don't leave the keys in the ignition. If you do, it'll lock the awning into place. Before you bring it in though, you're gonna make sure the door is out of the way. If you don't do that, what'll happen is the arm is gonna get caught on this door and it'll damage the arm. So pull the door in a little bit, and then you can hit the retract button. You're gonna wanna bring in your awning. If it's raining, if it's windy, don't leave it out overnight, and always triple check before you drive away that your awning is in. You don't wanna hit somebody else's RV with it. To the right of the entry door is the fire extinguisher. If you do use it, please let us know that it's been used so that we can replace it. We don't charge, we just want to know. Main control panel is located behind the dinette. If you need water in the shower, sink, or flush in the toilet and you're not hooked up to city water, you're going to turn on the water pump. If you're not using the water pump, then you're going to turn it off so it's not running in the background. To the left of the water pump switch is the water heater. You have an electric water heater and you have a gas water heater. If you're hooked up to the campsite's power, then you'll be running the electric water heater. You can turn this one on and leave it on 24/7. Before you take off, make sure you turn this off. Now, if you're dry camping and you don't have a campsite hookup, then you're going to be using the gas water heater. You're going to turn this one on 10 to 15 minutes before you need hot water. Once you're done using it, turn it off so it's not burning up the propane. Living room lights, kitchen lights. Top left corner of the control panel has the gauges. LPG, that's your propane. It'll be either at 2/3 or full when you pick it up, so please bring it back at the same level. Battery level. If you're dry camping, you're going to keep an eye on this. If your battery gets too low, then you're going to run the generator to recharge your batteries. Or if you're completely empty on battery, then what you do is you turn on the engine, let it run for about 5 minutes, and then you can start the generator. Next one up is the fresh water. So just keep an eye on your fresh water. When you picked up the RV, it'll be completely full. Remember, you don't have to fill this back up when you return it to us. It can be empty. Black is the toilet waste, empty. Gray is the shower and the sink waste. This will also be empty when you pick it up. Now remember, sometimes things get stuck on the sensors, so it might give you a false reading after you dump. Or when you pick it up, it might be showing that it's 1/3 when it's empty. Don't worry too much about it. The sensors will get clean once the tank's being used. Top right corner has the generator control switch. If you want to start the generator, what you're going to do is you're going to hold stop for about 2 to 3 seconds to prime it. And then you're going to hit start. Might take a few seconds to get going, but you know it started up once the microwave has power. There are 4 things in the RV that you need to be either A, hooked up to the campsite's power, or B, have the generator on. That is the microwave, the TV, the central AC unit, and the power outlets. If you want to use any of those 4 items, even if you're driving down the street, you have to turn on the generator. For the microwave, really easy. There you go. The thermostat is located by the bathroom sink. If you want to use the AC, you're going to turn this on. You're going to set it to high, cool. Temperature should be about 70 degrees. If you want to turn it off, you're just going to hit off. If you want the furnace, you're going to turn on the furnace. You're going to switch the fan to auto, and you're going to switch mode to heat. Set your temperature to about 68 to 70 degrees as well. You want to turn it off, you can just hit off right here. TV remote and Blu-ray remote will be located in this cubby right here. Alright. And the Blu-ray is up here. Just make sure everything is plugged in. If you want to stop the generator, all you need to do is hit stop. To the left of it is your generator time. Remember, you get 4 hours per night. Anything over that is $5 an hour. The refrigerator is automatic. You're going to turn it on and leave it set to auto. It runs on propane and electricity. If you turn on the generator, it'll switch over to the generator. If you turn off the generator, then it'll switch over back to propane. Give it about 2 to 3 hours from when you've turned it on for it to get cold. Very important for this type of refrigerator. Make sure the RV is somewhat level. You do not want to park this thing on a hill, because if the refrigerator is leaning too far back, too far forward, then it'll shut off and take about 6 to 8 hours to reset. Another important thing for this refrigerator, you're going to want to make sure the sensor is tucked into this plastic right here and pushed up as high as possible. Sometimes when you're driving on the road, that'll rattle itself loose. The stove runs on propane. All you need to do is turn this counterclockwise, sorry, and the sparker clockwise. Bring a lighter with you anyway. Sometimes the sparker goes out. You can always light the stove manually if you need to. Breaker box is located at the foot of the bed. I just want you to know where it's at, just in case if anything trips. Let's say you're trying to run your AC unit and it's not working. You're going to come over here and check the breakers for the AC or the main breaker. Bathroom sink. If you're dry camping, remember to turn on your water pump. If you're hooked up to city water, then you don't need the water pump. To use the toilet, you're going to fill it up with some water first. Push down on the flush pedal a little bit. Fill it up about halfway. Once you're done, flush it. For the shower, very simple. There you go. Last part of the walkthrough is the dash area. Over here, you'll find your miles, gas level. So, your miles, gas level up here. All right, parking brake, brake release, headlights, windshield wipers, dash AC, and it does have a backup camera. Whenever you throw it in reverse, it'll automatically switch over to the backup camera. You get 100 miles per night. Anything over that is 35 cents a mile.